Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Tea Girl podcast with my first live guest,
I don't know what to say.
my boyfriend, my sexy boyfriend.
Hi.
Anyways, so I have a bunch of fun stuff going on, and first off, this is what I was listening to earlier.
Why? What in the world, dude?
So obviously, this is a very emo edition. So the reason that I'm dressed all emo is because my boyfriend told me the other day. I asked him, I go, "Are you into emo girls?" And he goes, "Yeah." No, I said, "What I say?"
Well, you were like, what's your favorite aesthetic that I go for?
And he said, "Oh, emo, like the emo girl. I guess not emo, but a goth." I said goth.
Emo/goth is the term that you used.
Yeah. So here I am, Wednesday Addams. Doesn't this look like a very Wednesday Addams outfit, though?
Yeah. I mean, your hair color is a little different,
Yeah, it's a little
but
off, and she has
I mean,
braids. All right, come on, Bubby. Out. Go, bub. Go lay down. Go.
I love how you can tell that we're doing something, so he wants to like.
I know he wants to play with the ball and stuff. Sorry for the interruption. It was everyone's favorite dog, Bubby.
The Bubby Hemsworth.
The Bubby. I will post a picture of Bubby right now. Yeah, that's Bubby. That's our puppy. I'll also be posting him a lot on the Instagram too.
He'll be Insta famous.
Yeah, so what do you want to talk about first, Alec?
Well, I mean, what are our options for topics?
How about how we first met?
How we first met?
Mm-hmm. Do you tell people the real story, or do you just like, we don't have to say like what platform we met on, but like we met online?
Okay, so I don't usually tell everyone exactly how we met. The reason why is
Do you have like a
because
story you tell people? I have a story.
I don't really have much of a cover story. No.
Okay, so this is like cover story for like the longest time. So I had a roommate named Alex. He'll also be on the podcast, I'm sure, sometime soon. But I told everyone that we met through Alex, and Alex like knew like a friend of yours, and that's how we met. And you met Alex at a fire.
Me and Alex were just, best of buddies
Oh yeah, they're
right off the
besties.
bat.
No, they have like a rocky history, but you guys are really cool now.
Yeah, everything's kind of gotten a lot better actually.
Yeah, you guys love each other. Love. Also, Alex is single, and he's our age. And honestly, okay, here's a picture of Alex. Okay, if anyone is watching that thinks that is sexy, if he is sexy, go ahead and DM my Instagram at babex or babe. Oh, T Girl Podcast. Babe.foster is like my Instagram. So, anyways, what do you tell people how we met?
Well, I guess it just depends. I kind of go on the spot with people because some
Mm-hmm.
people kind of like already give you a bunch of crap if you're like, "Oh, well, I met online." Then they're usually like, "Oh, well, you know that you blah blah blah, that can be scary and all this stuff." And
Oh, I know.
it's kind of like I'm an adult, you know what I mean? So it's like I kind of gauge it before I'm
It
gonna
doesn't like
tell
you.
somebody. But if they're like in my circle, they can like
Mm-hmm.
kind of know some of the truth, but not all of it.
Yeah, I know some people. I feel like every time I would tell people we met online, I would get so much judgment from it or whatever. Because I think people think like hookup culture. You know what I mean? Like everyone like always thinks of like, you know, online is like hook up, hook up, hook up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of that can be associated with the Tinders and, like people that are swiping, 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 trying to get
Hmm.
some.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's necessarily our story.
No, that isn't our story at all. When I first met him, I about passed out because you
Your
were
first words were. Did I catfish you?
Oh my gosh, I know. I was always worried about catfishing people. Did I?
No, you didn't really catfish me.
Aw, thanks, babe.
But I will say this.
I did not wear makeup at all when I
In
first
all
met
your
him.
pictures that I seen of you,
Mm-hmm.
you had makeup on. And the first time that I met you, you didn't have makeup on.
True.
So
very
of course
true.
you're gonna look different from those pictures
Yeah.
because you were literally wearing makeup.
Yeah, and I wasn't. I actually had shot my first music video that night, and we had just wrapped it up.
You could say it was a pretty wild night for you.
It was. It was.
And I guess it
I
was for
fell.
me.
I fell in love that night. I don't know if I fell in love that night or the first time that we hung out.
I don't know. I mean, we spent quite a bit of time before we made anything kind of
Serious.
like super, super serious. Like it was kind
Yeah.
of serious, but it wasn't like
It was
promise
fun.
or
I was
anything
mad
serious.
because he didn't delete his dating apps the second time we hung out. I was through
Okay.
a fit.
Okay.
I was like, bitch, you're coming over to my house. Like, you better delete those.
So first off, you were going out with friends all the time. All the time, all the time.
I was exclusively talking to you.
But I don't know. The kind of like I got rid of my apps. It wasn't like I was actively using them. It's
He
not like
wasn't really using them. They just happened to be on his
it's not
phone
like I was
still.
like pursuing anybody. It's like I just didn't delete them, I guess. I
Mhm.
don't know if that's like a bad thing to do, like an am I the asshole kind of thing. Like, am I the asshole for not deleting my apps the second time hanging out?
I don't think you're the asshole, but
I
our
mean,
viewers
was
can
I
decide.
actively using them? No. But did I have them on my phone? Yeah, I
Mhm.
did.
Well, that and it was only our second
But
date.
it's not like we talked about like, oh hey, let's delete our apps, and then suspiciously I still had mine. You
Yeah,
just kind of
no.
casually seen on my phone. You were like, oh, you still have these? And I'm like, yeah.
And it was the second time we
I
went
was
on a date.
like,
It
I didn't
wasn't
think
like
it
the
was a big
third
deal.
time.
Like it wasn't like,
Well, I was
oh, we're super serious and
jealous.
we've been sleeping together and this and that. It was kind of like we're hanging out for the second time, and you were like, you got dating apps on your phone still? And I'm like, bro,
Oh
it's
my
not like we talked
gosh.
about this.
No, I'm the psycho.
You were saying.
I love these. First off, I look like Harley Quinn. That's who I look like.
You were saying.
I love these. First off, I look like Harley Quinn. That's who I look like.
Harley Quinn look alike?
Yeah, but I'm loving these pigtails.
The old red and blue.
Do you like the pigtails though? I'm thinking about making these a mainstay.
Well, I guess I had my mic far away. Yeah, that looks good.
Oh, thanks, honey. Okay, so it's no question that you're an old soul. You always have been ever since we started dating. I feel like you're very like old school.
Right. So, like, do you have a question with that, or is there
I just love that. I don't know. You just seem like not like a old man, but you have like a old man soul. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's something that like other people more describe than like I would be able to describe because I just kind of do me, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it'd be hard for me to like kind of pick that apart and be like, I do this specifically or I do that. I don't know. I just kind of do me. People have said that a couple of times throughout my life.
Yeah, I love
But
that about you.
I think honestly that just comes from like I spent a lot of time with my grandparents when I was little
Yeah.
and like all throughout the years, and they were like a really big part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really where that kind of comes from.
I think that's something that you and me clicked on too was like because I was raised more by my grandparents too. Well, mainly my grandmother, but
Yeah, I mean, they just I don't know, they kind of had a heavy influence on my childhood and stuff like
mm-hmm.
that, and they kind of played like a big role in like stuff that I kind of found important, like having
Mm-hmm.
like different values and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
which I love.
I don't know.
You
It's
are
just
so good and you protect me and I
yeah.
love you. Come on, give me a kiss, sweetie.
All right.
Mm.
What's the next topic?
Oh wait, hang on, yeah, let me wipe some of that off of you.
Next topic.
Okay, so anyways. On the topic of you being an old soul, I have some
Okay.
modern day slang, and you got to guess it right.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so I'm gonna be reading. Oh shit! Hang on, my cooter's out. Oops.
Whoopsie. Technical
So-
difficulty.
So that's hot
Okay.
and sexy. You're so sexy. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna read off some of these sexy modern day slang and you gotta tell me what they mean.
Okay.
And if you get it right, I'll fuck you.
Well, I mean, that's kind of regardless, but still.
Oh my goodness.
All right, next.
Alright, okay, so anyways, so first one, AF.
As fuck.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty simple.
Alright, this one I don't know. Chuggy.
I don't know what that means. I just thought it sounded funny. What does it mean?
I don't it says that something that is out of date or a person who is trying too hard.
They're a chuggy.
Yeah, they're a chuggy. I've never heard of that one. Alright, dead.
Like I'm dead. Like I'm dying.
Mm-hmm. What does
Like
that
cringe.
mean?
Like what are you talking about?
Something is so funny that the speaker has died of laughter. I can't believe you didn't do that one. I go, I'm dead all the time.
Yeah, like I don't know if it'd be easy to just describe on the spot.
Alright, it's
But-
okay. Next one. Dope.
Like it's cool, like it's sweet, it's awesome.
Oh, good. That's some
It's
more
pretty
sex
that
for
one's easy to
you.
describe.
Extra.
Oh my
If you want me
gosh,
to put
it's-
them in a sentence,
so,
I can
like-
too.
So like an example of someone being extra would be like someone that's like a pick me girl or like a pick me guy, where they're like doing all this kind of stuff, where they're like trying to do these things to like make people like them. They're trying to do
Oh.
all this extra stuff.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, you seem to have a very specific thing.
There's a lot of people that I find that are very extra in a lot of situations.
Well, people call me extra all the time.
Damn.
And this one says over the top and extreme, which I could see. Okay,
Okay.
so this one is fit. What does fit mean? Like, oh, that fit is so good. Like, this fit is tight, like the one I have on right now.
You're just talking about like the person's outfit if you're talking
Yeah.
about their fit.
Bing. Fire. That's so fire.
Oh my gosh. It's like pretty much the same thing as saying it's dope. It's just
Yeah.
sweet, it's awesome, it's cool.
This says hot, trendy, or amazing. All right, the goat.
Hold on, before we
Oh,
go
yeah.
on to the goat, I will add on to that's fire. So like drop my mic. Sorry. But like say I was gonna say like that's fire or something like that, or that's gas, or that's this or that's that. It would probably be like
That might be on here.
maybe something that I'm eating or something like that. Like for example, say I was gonna get like some nachos or something like that, a specific like Mexican joint that's like really good. I'd be like, bro, that stuff's so fire. And then people usually know what you mean when you say that.
That's like Mexican food is like that's straight fire out of
I
my
mean,
ass.
it could be one or the other. I mean, it could be fire because it's spicy, or it could be fire because it's just the
when I
best.
am Mexican, I have fire ass.
But usually it's the best.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
That's sexy.
All right.
Sexy.
What are we on now?
Okay, the goat. Me.
The greatest of all time.
Oh shit, that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
Mm. Am I the goat?
I mean, you can be. It just depends on what kind of mood you're in.
Go
Sassy.
off, sis. Go off. That's
I
the
don't know
next
what
one.
that means.
Go off is the next one.
I don't know what that
You
means.
don't know what go off means?
I don't know what you're referring to.
A phrase said to encourage someone to continue. Usually they're ranting about something.
So like say they were to continue and do really well, you would probably be like, they ate that up.
Oh my god, I was gonna bring shut up.
That's an inside joke, by the way.
That is totally
They ate that up.
They ate that up. They ate that up.
I can't.
This one I cannot stop saying.
All right.
That's sick.
That's oh my gosh. Last week we're in the grocery store and every single thing that you looked at and stuff like that, you're either like, that's hot or that's sick. That's so sick. Sick. Like you're like, I can't even stop doing it at this point.
Well, the only reason that I say that's hot is because I've been obsessed with The Simple Life. I
It
just
is
have
entertaining.
found out that me and Paris Hilton are literally twins. She's my twin. Oh my god, you're stealing my soda.
It goes to the same place, right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Okay, so what does sick mean then?
Same thing as dope or like that's fire. It's so sweet. That's so awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
cool or sweet. That's literally what it
That's
says.
pretty much it.
All right, slay. You slay.
Oh my gosh. So like people, it's kind of like a word of encouragement. Like
Mhm.
people can mean it in a few different ways. So like people can mean it like, oh, like slay as in like do a good job, like you're gonna slay this or you're gonna do
Mhm.
awesome. Or they can be like slay as in like just a word of encouragement to make you feel good about what you're doing or what you're looking like that day.
Yeah, that's literally it's to be extremely stylish or successful. So, boom, you're rocking this. I'm so gonna sleep on it. Meaning having fucking. We're gonna fuck.
Okay. I
All right,
don't know
no,
if
but
that's appropriate, but
the next one is sleep on. What does that mean? Like you're
oh,
asleep on it.
like slept on, like stuff that's
Yeah.
slept on. It's like stuff that like people don't necessarily like. People don't necessarily like.
He also cannot see these. Just so y'all know.
So if something's like slept on, it's something that like people don't realize is like for an example, it could be something that's like people don't realize this is a really good deal, so it's slept on a lot. Like people don't know about it, or people aren't in the know about this specific product or this specific service or this person.
Yes. Yes.
What's it say? Because you kind of took a moment to pause, so I'm
To be
curious.
ignorant to something or someone's value.
Okay, I mean, I guess that
It's
could apply to that.
basically means the same thing. Don't sleep on like the Ariana Grande song. That's what it says here.
Okay.
All right, snatched.
Snatched, as in took or take from somebody. Is that what you're
Oh
talking about?
no, snatched as in you look snatched.
Oh, I thought you meant like Snatch the movie, where like the whole movie is like this big comedy about people like stealing stuff.
No, no,
I don't know. Is that like a copyright thing? Am I allowed to talk about movies?
no.
Am I allowed to have this Coca
Yeah,
Cola right here?
you can talk about that stuff. All right,
Cover
snatched.
the label.
Looks good, perfect, or fashionable.
AA.
All right, and to be honest,
TBH.
yes. Oh fuck! I just said the answer. TBH. That's. Oh my god!
And I
I'm
repeated
so
the other
silly.
acronym back to you.
All right, T. What's T,
Like the
sis?
gossip.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the
Thirsty.
garbage. Give me the ganja.
Thirsty.
What's up?
I'm so thirsty.
Your chick, she's so thirsty.
What does that mean when someone's
Lamborghini
thirsty?
Mercy.
Oh my goodness.
She's trying to get it, dude.
Oh my lord.
And she's so thirsty for this. I know what that means.
What does it mean then?
Been there a couple times.
You've been thirsty before?
I mean, sometimes I used to have a big hankering for the chocolate milk.
No, not like physically thirsty. Like, what does it mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I mean. Like, you ever seen Johnny Knoxville in that movie? And he's like, Grandpa used to have a big taste for the chocolate milk.
oh my gosh. Okay, Yassify. This one you were definitely not gonna know, but I know this one.
I don't know. It's probably one of those phrases that are like super hip.
It means to apply several beauty filters to a picture until the person is totally unrecognizable.
That's so rad.
Oh my gosh. I remember on Twitter people would like take like really macho men and yassify them.
Yassify queen.
Anyways, no, hand me that picture under that box right there.
What?
Hand me. It's a bunch of postcards from the 80s, and my drag mother gave them to me. My fairy godmother. Right there underneath that Adidas box. Grab that.
Ugh. I thought we had everything ready to go.
Anyways, so these are
They're upside down.
Oh.
Got
These are all people that are yassified. The first one is
yassified.
Sylvester Stallone. The second one is Ronald Reagan. And the third one is Elvis Presley. And they're all being yassified.
Yes, queen.
This was
Slay.
a gift. Slay, honey. Slay. This was a gift
Slay long time.
from my drag mother, Joey. I love you, Mama Joe. Okay, anyways, back to the tea, sis.
The super tea. They ate that up.
Yeet. What does yeet mean?
I don't know how to put this into words. So,
try your best.
The best
bitch.
example of yeet that I could probably use is like, let's say for an example, a dog comes up and it randomly bites you on the foot. So you yeet it in a different direction by, using your foot to kick it a very far distance.
Oh my gosh, where are you kicking a dog?
It bit me on the ankle, and it was a rabid
Oh,
dog, dude.
you
So I had to
said
yeet
yeet?
it. I mean, or you could say like, I'm
Well,
about
what
to
kind of
yeet this.
dog was it?
It could be any kind of dog. I mean,
Well,
honestly.
if you were to guess a dog, what kind of dog?
Well, let's just say it was like a Pomeranian, and it just randomly attacked the shit out of me.
I'm gonna cry.
I mean, I wouldn't probably do this, but if I had to do this and I was backed into a corner by a Pomeranian,
Anyways, yeet means to throw
I might have to
something.
yeet one.
Sorry, I'm like.
Why do I
actually
have to throw it?
crying.
Why can't I just like, football kick it, like kabam,
Oh
punt
my
it?
god.
Well,
I'm just
let's
picturing that
talk
poor
about
little
yeet
baby.
something else, like yeet like a
Yeah.
bait into the water if I'm fishing. Like I'm gonna yeet
A
it way
lot of
out
these
there.
remind me of Vine. Doesn't
I
yeet,
never
does
had
yeet
Vine.
come from Vine?
I never had Vine.
If you remember Vine, comment down below because I low key miss Vine sometimes.
I don't know what Vine was.
A potato flew around my room before you came. You remember that one?
No, it was probably the original Tic
All
Tac.
right, last one. The original Tic Tac. YOLO.
TikTok, I know.
YOLO.
Oh, you only live once.
Yep.
You know who else used to say YOLO a lot
Who?
and doesn't talk much anymore? Usher.
Is he still alive?
I mean, I don't quote me on this, but I think he has AIDS.
Wait, really?
I think he got AIDS a long time ago.
All right, fact check. If he has AIDS, I'm gonna put it up on the screen now.
But either way, he hasn't done anything for a long time, and
Okay.
he was like super popular when we were kids. So I
Yeah,
don't know
he
what really
discovered,
happened
like,
with that.
Justin Bieber, remember?
Yeah, so like, what kind of happened with that?
I don't know.
Did they have a falling out? I mean, Justin Bieber kind of went on his own. The last thing I know.
Oh man, this is a T.
This is kind of like a rabbit hole, though. Like, what happened to Usher?
Well, I think that Justin Bieber had to go through a lot of shit when he was a kid, and I think Usher is probably negative.
All I'm saying is Usher was like huge on the pop scene for a minute, and he kind of just disappeared.
He was a good dancer too. Remember, he used to dance.
I remember all the middle school dances were like Usher, 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 baby
Yeah.
tonight, and now no one's
got
got the DJ following us love anymore. You know, I
remember
mean,
that.
he's kind of gone now. So like, where's that at? Or another one would probably be Akon. Like, what happened to Akon? A lot of people were rocking Akon.
Yeah, Akon
Or
discovered
Shaggy.
Lady.
Where's that at? Or another one would probably be Akon. Like, what happened to Akon? A lot of people were rocking Akon.
Yeah, Akon
Or
discovered
Shaggy.
Lady Gaga.
What happened to Shaggy?
Yeah, you're right.
Wait, Akon discovered Lady Gaga?
Yeah, Akon. Well, didn't
Is that like a known
discover-
fact?
Well, he didn't like. Yeah, it is a known fact.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Like, why? How would
well,
Akon go on
Lady Gaga's
discovering
big
Lady Gaga?
single, like Just Dance, like Just
Yeah.
Dance. Akon was supposed to be on that.
And then what happened?
The record company didn't know if she was star quality, so they took her off.
What?
Or took him off the record because they didn't know if she was going to be big.
Was Akon really that big? I mean, he seems like he
He
was a
was
pretty
then.
well known, like, I don't know, would you call him a
Okay,
rapper or would he be R&B?
R&B totally.
Like, is he,
I
like,
can
which
name
category
three
is
A-
he?
I can name 3 Akon songs right now.
But is he really a R&B? Because he got that one, like, Locked Up, and it's pretty hard. Like,
I love
is that an
song.
R&B song? Like, is R&B hard, though?
Yeah, that's an R&B song.
Can R&B be
Okay,
hard,
so
though?
Akon, Smack That.
Okay, Smack That seems kind of more poppy.
All right, so there's Smack That.
He's kind of just like almost like his own like alternative
Wait,
thing.
hang on. That one was Snoop Dogg. There's Smack That, and then there's I Wanna Fuck You.
Oh, because he's like grinding up on the pole, and then he's like talking
Yeah.
about like driving. Yeah,
There's that
one's
one.
pretty
There's
good.
that song.
Now I
with
kind of
Snoop
want to
Dogg.
listen to Akon.
Yeah. What other one?
Relive my childhood some. Maybe
What
I'll
was
throw
it?
in some
There's another
Shaggy.
Akon song too. I think it was Locked Up. Damn it! Never mind. I can't name 3 of them. Anyways, he and Gwen
Wait.
Stefani too were a big thing. Remember when they made that one song? If I could escape.
Usher did that with her.
No,
Akon did that one.
Yeah, he like was.
Akon
really
was on
big.
that one too. I
Yeah.
don't remember his part on there.
He was like he not only sang, but he like would discover artists, and he hooked Lady Gaga up with Red One, and that's who created the. And Akon also took her to Interscope and got her signed to Interscope Records.
Okay, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so that's how Lady Gaga got her start. And Usher, I'm pretty
And
sure.
a star was born.
Just oh my god.
Oh
And
yeah.
Lady Gaga, I'm pretty sure, discovered Kendrick Lamar too.
No way.
Yeah, at a
So it's kind
school.
of just been like this whole thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a chain of events. I don't know
Money
about.
trees.
Actually, I'm not really
I don't
sure
know if
about
that's a
the
Kendrick
last
Lamar
one.
song.
I'm not sure if Kendrick Lamar was. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he was discovered by someone famous.
Okay, if you're in the comments, let me know if Kendrick Lamar actually sings Money Trees or not. I don't know if that's really a thing. I can't remember right now. But if you're out there and you really care, let me know.
All right. I guess now on to our next topic.
Money
Am
Trees.
I the asshole?
Oh,
Also,
yeah, you
I'm
are.
just pulling these off of Reddit, but if you guys have really good stories of like, am I the asshole? Go ahead and DM the Instagram at T Girl Podcast on Instagram. Go ahead and DM, and I will hopefully read yours the next episode or the next podcast we have. I will read your story. Okay. So, on the topic of dating a trans girl, I decided to pick a Reddit story from that.
That's related to trans topics?
Yeah, I wanted a T Girl. Oh, also, he discovered the name T Girl Podcast.
I don't know if I discovered it. I just kind of
You
like
came
was
up
in the
with it,
car,
though.
like, yeah, we were just chilling
Yeah, so
in
he
the
came up
Elantra,
with it.
bro.
The Elantra.
Cruising in the Elantra.
Okay, so the title of this is Dating a Guy for Months Who Doesn't Know I'm Trans. Help, I fucked up. What do I do from
I
here?
think we listened to one that was similar to this.
Similar, yes. This is a different
Is this
one,
the same one, though?
No, this isn't.
All right, cool.
It starts off TLDR. What does that mean?
I really don't know, even though we just went through acronyms.
Okay, all right. I never opened up to a guy that I'm trans because I was going through some shit and was too vulnerable. Never saw it going this far, but it has. It's been over 4 months and we've even exchanged I love yous. Should I just make up an excuse and break it off? Help. I feel like shit and I deserve it. Hi, early 20s, male to female here. I know this post is going to show how much of an asshole I've been, but please try to have some sympathy for me. No one's perfect and I really need advice. Basically, I transitioned young to the point where everything about me passes and is considered attractive. Small frame, feminine voice, soft, etc. So apart from being pre-op, none would ever know. Despite that, I've been a bit off, depressed about being trans. Just always wanted to be treated as cis/normal and not have a label over my head that would instantly make people see me in a different light, since I otherwise live a productive, successful life. Other things like not having female reproductive organs and therefore feeling a broader lack of purpose to life. Seeing trans people as a punchline/TV trope my whole life and living in a society that is nice to me as a pretty girl, but would probably be incredibly hostile if they knew I was trans. Okay.
Oh, it keeps
so-
going, or?
Oh, yeah. We
It-
still have to talk about
Oh.
the boyfriend and stuff.
Okay.
There's 2 more pages.
Wow.
The above is relevant because I met this guy who is straight and who I absolutely adore towards the end of the last year.
Okay.
I was going through a not so nice spell of the above, generally feeling down about myself because of being trans, and therefore I never opened up to him about it. I never saw us going far enough for it to be relevant, and I was going to enjoy getting to know him and go on a few dates. Okay, first off, I think that I don't know. I think that she's an asshole either way because I feel like if you're dating someone for months and you don't tell them, that's kind of fucked up.
So,
What do you think? Being in the situation, or should I finish reading it?
so there's a lot of details here. So, like, first off, they're pre-op. Okay, so
Mhm.
like pre-op obviously means that they still have the
A winky
genitalia that they
dink.
were born with, right?
Yes, they have a penis.
Okay,
A
so
big old dick.
they clearly have a peen.
Yeah,
So
a massive cock.
if this guy is clearly attracted to like women that have the like female genitalia, then like stuff's gonna be kind of tricky and it's gonna be difficult. Are you an asshole for not disclosing that right away? No. I mean, right away, no. But like this sounds like it's been a few months and that maybe it should have came up before this.
I don't know. I still think that she's the asshole. I think that's something you should say at least like on the second or third
I don't
date.
think that it's something you necessarily advertise right off the first like go around because of what's going on with trans people in
Mhm.
America right now, and that like stuff can be kind of scary and it can be kind of like a vulnerable
True.
like thing to happen.
Then is
Like,
a sensitive thing.
let's say
like a
that.
transition is something that's sensitive to a person.
So
A massive cock.
if this guy is clearly attracted to like women that have the like female genitalia, then like stuff's gonna be kind of tricky and it's gonna be difficult. Are you an asshole for not disclosing that right away? No. I mean, right away, no. But like this sounds like it's been a few months and that maybe it should have came up before this.
I don't know. I still think that she's the asshole. I think that's something you should say at least like on the second or
I
third
don't
date.
think that it's something you necessarily advertise right off the first like go around because of what's going on with trans people in America right now, and that like stuff can be kind of scary and it can be kind of like a vulnerable
True.
like thing to happen.
Then is
Like,
a sensitive thing.
let's say
like a
that
transition is something that's sensitive to a person.
let's
you
say
know?
that like it's the second or third time hanging out with someone you really like them and you're not sure. Are you gonna want to do that? Are you gonna want to out yourself right now? And are you gonna do it in
All right,
person?
let me finish the story and then we can decide.
We can go further. Let's see. Hear some more about it.
Fuck. Turns out we get on very, very well. I found myself months down the line without having told him I'm trans. We haven't had sex, but we've been intimate. And even said the big I word. Oh, okay. I thought she meant like sloppy toppy. Alright. It feels like our personalities are a complete match. We've opened up to each other about very personal stuff, and he tells me how special I am in every single way. But I can't help but feel like it's all just hollow, and he'd be disgusted at knowing I'm trans. One part of me says to make up an excuse and break it off with him, and learn this lesson for next time about being more upfront. The idea of telling him after this much time is just too daunting. The other part of me says to give him the respect of letting him know and seeing if maybe there's a chance of him being supportive, even if he was supportive. I don't know how sex would work since I have bottom dysphoria. I already feel like I'm cheating him out of a normal sexual relationship. Either way, I feel like I've been servicing my own emotional needs over prioritizing being honest about this part of myself. I feel like absolute shit. All right, there's a little more. To be honest, to any trans person out there that is wanting to date and not knowing when it is time to disclose, form someone who really wants to be in a relationship. I'd honestly rather have never met this guy, got to know him, gone on dates, and had all the lovey dovey stuff than be where I am now. Everything feels meaningless, and I feel like a shit person because I don't really care about him. Just be open from the start. Lesson learned for me, at least. Does anyone have any stories of being in the same boat? Advice, stern words, throttle some sense into me. Genuinely at a loss.
So, okay.
Okay, she doesn't even love the person, like
Let's
how
get
she
into
said
that
towards
first,
the
I
end.
guess. Let's get into that first.
Yeah.
Why would they be making a giant post on the internet on Reddit that they probably are known on, outing themselves as trans to like complete random strangers just for a chance hope that someone will give them an opinion or some kind of advice that's going to help them if they don't actually care about that person?
Yeah.
Why would they care to make that post and go that far? So I feel like that statement's kind of wrong. But
Okay, I don't understand why she's like, I don't even love him. Well, if you don't even love him, like, I think he needs to know the truth, like, either way.
I think
Like, even if you break it, I feel like she gave him a blowjob. I don't know, that's just all that I'm saying.
I think that
Because
some
she
stuff.
said intimate and I love you.
I
She
think that
totally
some
gave
stuff
him
went down. Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
However, I feel like this person would probably know a little bit. Speaking from someone who's dating a trans person, there are definitely some tells with people, especially when they haven't had bottom surgery. There's definitely some tells.
Like, what do you mean tells?
Like, for example, if they're getting intimate, you're telling me right now that that person didn't get excited.
Oh, like
and maybe their little tuck popped or something like that, and he didn't notice that. Especially being straight, like most guys, when they're in a straight relationship and they're getting intimate and stuff, they're feeling down there. There's a lot of guys that do that.
Yeah.
So if they go to do that, they're clearly gonna feel what's there.
How
so I feel
natural lady gets.
I feel like maybe he knows more than what he's letting on to that person, especially if it's been several months.
Well, maybe she should just tell him and be like, listen, I'm a chick with a dick. You either like it or you don't.
That's one way to do it. But here's
But she
something to
should
think
do it in
about.
public with friends,
Here's something to think
unless
about.
she carries a gun.
Is like if they clearly care about the person that they made this post about and all that stuff,
Mhm.
maybe just tell him and see how it goes. In worst case
Yeah.
scenario,
He's just like, I don't like that.
he doesn't like it and you can move on. But like if you're gonna cause yourself this much anxiety and then be like, I don't even love them after you've said
Yeah,
it
after
multiple
you were
times
like, yeah,
and
I
in
love you.
private you say that
I think that
and
was
stuff
just
like
for
that.
show.
Yeah, so I feel like they're not necessarily an asshole for not telling them. I think that they got their own personal reasons. But the
Mhm.
whole one part that kind of got me
Mhm.
was the bottom dysmorphia. Like,
Oh,
what does that mean?
dysphoria.
Dysphoria? Does that mean that like they're not gonna have
She
sex at all with that
Well,
person?
she doesn't like her parts. Like she
So
wants
like,
to have bottom surgery bad.
well then why doesn't she say that? Why doesn't she say like, hey, when we get together, like at some point, I'm probably gonna be still continuing my transition, getting bottom surgery because
Depending
like
on
this
how
is
he
hard.
reacts, because he could just be like, "Fuck you,"
I mean, that could
or she
happen.
could. The first option that she said, just make up an excuse and
But
dump him.
if they think for 1 minute that they're going to get in any relationship in life, whether it's gay, straight, with a guy, girl, trans person,
Mhm.
that's either like whatever sex they align with, or like, non binary person,
Mhm.
anyone in the community or anyone in any community at all, love is not easy and love is work. Like,
True.
regardless, you're going to have arguments and you're going to have disagreements. So if you think for one moment that not telling someone in this relationship and then telling someone straightforward in the next one is going to fix all your problems, that's going to be a no. And it's not like all your problems are going to be right in front of you right away.
Mhm.
Life throws random situations and random things at you all the time that you're not expecting. And you're always going to run into new obstacles and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
about being able to kind of like compromise, being able to be a big enough person to say sorry,
Mhm.
even if you don't feel like you're wrong. You need to be able to probably be that bigger person, apologize sometimes, just
Yeah.
to kind of squash it and move on. Because at the end of the day, what's important and what's not important.
Yeah. Which is love, and I think that no matter what happens, I just don't think that she should lie. I don't think she should lie and break it off. I think he has a right to know either way.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, they've
I don't
invested
think.
clearly time in it, like all this
Well, I
emotion and
just
stuff
don't think
together.
that she should just lie and just let him think like it was something else. Like this is her like issue and she needs to deal with
Now,
it.
I will say this: if their relationship has gone over a couple months and they've only hung out like 2 or 3 times, you can ghost them and just walk away. I mean, that's perfectly okay.
Yeah, that
Dudes
is
are not
true.
going to be
Yeah.
sad. Like, obviously, unless they're
But
like
if you're
super
saying
clingers.
but they're saying I love you,
But
like
if they're
that's the
saying I
big
love
thing.
you, they've probably hung out a lot and they
Yeah.
probably hang
She
out pretty
should
regularly.
honestly she should just be honest. Like if she
And
isn't honest with him then she's an asshole, but she's honest. I would consider her
I
not being
think
the
that
asshole.
she should be honest, but she should be honest in a safe place to do so
Oh, very
because
true. Very,
it could
very
go
true.
very south very
It can
quickly,
be very scary.
especially for a trans girl.
Yeah, you're so right, baby.
Which leads me to my next thing. What's our next topic?
Oh, I was.
Only hung out like 2 or 3 times, you can ghost them and just walk away. I mean, that's perfectly okay.
Yeah, that
Dudes
is
are not
true.
going to be
Yeah.
sad. Like, obviously, unless they're
But
like
if you're
super
saying,
clingers.
but they're saying I love you,
But
like
if they're
that's the
saying I
big
love
thing.
you, they've probably hung out a lot and they
Yeah,
probably hang
she
out pretty
should.
regularly.
Honestly, she should just be honest. Like if she
And
isn't honest with him, then she's an asshole. But she's honest. I would consider her
I
not being
think
the
that
asshole.
she should be honest, but she should be honest in a safe place to do so
Oh, very
because
true. Very,
it could
very
go
true.
very south very
It can. It can
quickly,
be very scary.
especially for a trans girl.
Yeah, you're so right, baby.
Which leads me to my next thing. What's our next topic?
Oh, I was gonna talk about spooky stuff, scary stuff.
Spooky and scary stuff?
Yeah, I wondered if you had any scary stories.
Not really.
You don't have any scary stories of anything weird or crazy?
No, not right off the top of my head.
You don't?
If I would have been prepared for this, I might have.
Well, I'm just telling you, the United States government, there's a whistleblower talking about all the aliens.
Is that where all that information's coming from?
Yeah, that's where all this is coming from, like the whole talk about the aliens and stuff.
It's coming from some secret whistleblower?
Yeah, this guy got on
How do we
to
know that it's real information then?
the guy's like, well, like he
I
has a lot
thought.
of good credentials. Like he's like a literal part of like the intelligence.
See, everyone's just been saying like all the government confirmed it. I thought it was this big open thing. Like the government was just being chill about it and was just like, hey, guess what, guys? Like aliens are real. I was like, oh, that's fine. Like, that's cool, I
No,
guess,
there's a
you know?
guy that went to Congress and was like saying, okay, so this is basically what the guy was saying. The United States has aliens,
Mm-hmm.
and our government is being wrong by not opening it up and letting it be transparent, like letting us know about the aliens. Like the whistleblower is saying he said that we have like, he calls them like human biologics, but he says that we have like alien dead bodies and spacecrafts that we try to re-engineer and stuff. And he goes, it's illegal for the government to be hiding this from us, and that they should be telling us about it, and they should tell us what they have and what they're working with.
See, I mean, that's cool and stuff, but he's really putting himself out there in the crosshairs by
Him and like
doing
two
this.
other people too.
Dude, they're really risking their lives.
Yeah, like they literally went up in front of like the Congress and was telling them this.
Well, I mean, even like
And
several other topics, like say they're successful in this, like
mhm.
look at Edward Snowden. He lives in Russia now.
Yeah, it's very scary. Very scary stuff.
Like,
To
I don't
me,
know.
all right, this might be creepy, but like I think there are aliens, but I think they walk among us. Like I think like when you're walking down the street and you see someone that's a little weird or a little off or different in a little way, or maybe they're like really, really tall, I think that they're fucking aliens. I'm telling you. When
It's a
I'm in
dead
the
giveaway. They're an
supermarket,
alien. Jump out of the bushes on
no, I'm not
them.
saying that, but I'm just
Tackle them.
saying I think that the aliens walk among us. I don't think they're as
Oh
different
my
as what
gosh.
people think. I don't think that they're like they have big eyes and they're short men and they come from Mars and all that weird shit. I think they look exactly like us.
But can they be from Mars?
I mean, sure, I don't know where
I
the
mean,
hell
I
they're
just wanted there
from.
to
I'm
be a
not a
possibility.
scientist, but I'm just saying I think that they are real and I think they walk among us every day. They could live right across from us.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Well, look at how those fucking weird ass
I like
Scientology
where I
people
live.
are. You know what I mean? They could be fucking aliens. That whole Scientology thing could be aliens. Who
I
knows?
don't think Scientologists are aliens. I mean, John Travolta is pretty weird now, but
He's fucking bald.
he's
Aliens are
fucking
bald.
bald. That's a dead giveaway. Mr.
Aliens
Clean's a
are
fucking
bald.
alien. Purple people eater, dude.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Like,
saying. I
calm
think
down
that they.
there, fucking Power
I've
Ranger.
seen a UFO.
I believe that.
I have. I've seen one.
But it's like, is it really that big a deal? Everyone knows that they're real. Like, at this point, it would be dangerous if, like, we were just now discovering them because we wouldn't know what their intent is. Like, clearly they don't give a crap.
I just want to know what the government
They just
has.
seem
I think
chill.
it's very
Now,
interesting.
the only information that I really care about from the government with these aliens and stuff is if they know what these aliens are up to and what they actually want, I want to know that too. Like, what the hell are they interested
I
here?
have a theory.
I don't want to be harvested
That was my theory.
as some kind of food
Did I tell
protein
you
that
my
they've been
theory
growing.
before?
But if we were food, you would see disappearances of mass amounts of people. Because think about how many people there are on this earth, and yeah, a lot of people go missing. Yes. But it would be like herds. They wouldn't be abducting one by one. Like, they would have to be a bigger race than us or have a very, very large amount of
What if they have
technology.
another planet that they're harvesting and they're just waiting for us to get to full population?
But here's the thing. When you're
Max
hunting,
capacity.
let's say that you're like a farmer or you're a
Mhm.
hunter or anything like that. You don't necessarily thin the herd out when the herd gets to like 100. You thin the herd out whenever it starts becoming a problem or an issue. So, like, when will we become a problem or an issue? Maybe not necessarily waiting for us to have the right amount of people, but
Mhm.
for us to have the right amount of technology to where, okay, now we pose a threat. So, all right, we got to take them out because they got smart enough to where they could challenge us at some point because they have the
Mhm.
numbers and they have the technology now. So now it's time to harvest this planet. Not necessarily
We're
numbers,
not
but like
even
maybe
close to that,
technology.
though. Like if that were true, like we're technology, we're not even
Well,
close.
so conspiracy.
Mhm.
Right, we got to take them out because they got smart enough to where they could challenge us at some point because they have the
Mhm.
numbers and they have the technology now. So now it's time to harvest this planet. Not necessarily
We're
numbers,
not
but like
even
maybe
close to that,
technology.
though. Like if that were true, like we're technology, we're not even
Well,
close.
so conspiracy.
Mhm.
Computers and stuff came a long way since the 90s, right?
Mhm.
Technology keeps coming farther and farther. I mean, look at that brand new Apple headset that's supposed to come out.
I'm so
It's like the
excited.
Oculus, but
I
like
will be buying it.
crazy. Okay, even though that stuff makes me dizzy, I still think it could be cool.
VR porn.
That's just weird. Why would you bring that up now? But either way, I don't want to lose my train of thought.
Uh,
So that being said, I think that like technology and stuff like that, we have access to a lot of it, and we have a lot of access to like a lot of the really cool stuff. Like for example, I'm holding a wireless mic right now. That's pretty cool. I have no idea how this works at all. But
I
either
do.
way, where I'm going with this
Mm-hmm.
is this. This is all technology we have access to. What
Mm-hmm.
technology do we not have access to right now? And if it's come this fast in 20 years for the public to hold this, 20 years
True.
ago, imagine trying to hold one of these. One of these would be crazy expensive in an elite circle. 20 years later, we're holding it and we're just a common person.
Yeah, and these weren't expensive either.
So, what do the elite have right now that we have no idea about? And what are they going to be holding in 20 years? Are cars always going to be on the ground? Are they always going to be gas powered? Probably not. But like, who knows how long it's going to take us to get to that technological level, especially with at the rate that we're multiplying. And maybe an increase in activity is the fact that they're seeing signs of us like evolving faster than they thought,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of monitoring it more to see when we need to be harvested exactly.
Oh my god. But there's an episode
That was a
on.
long way to that point.
Anyways, but so my theory is there was a Twilight Zone episode, How to Serve Men, and the aliens come down and they're like, "Hey, we're aliens, bitch. Like,
What are
we're
they,
just
kinky
here. Like,
aliens?
we're like nice, and we're not gonna eat
So
you." And
basically, you're just like pumping them.
huh?
You're just clapping aliens.
No, they're
They
not
come down to
fucking.
serve and be
No,
served.
no.
Straight up, Richard.
No, so the aliens come down and they just basically, well, I guess they are kind of
They
pumping
come to
us and fucking us.
serve.
But no, they come here and they have this book.
Swerve.
I'm trying to talk about
All
the
right,
episode, you
sorry.
bitch.
Sorry.
So
Distractions.
so the aliens come down and they
Yeah.
have like this book. And they're like saying how like they want to take them to their planet and they want world peace and like they're all nice and
They want to suck
stuff.
each other off on each other's planets.
Babe, will you shut the fuck up?
And then share a Snickers bar in the sunset.
Shut the hell up.
Okay. Sorry, I digress. Let's go.
Okay, so anyways, so the aliens come down. They have a book named How to Serve Men, but they're trying to create peace with all the world leaders, and I'm about ready to stop.
They're trying to create peace with all the world leaders in.
Okay, but then, so someone steals the book, and they decipher the book, but they find out that the book is a cookbook, and they're already taking people back to their home planet to kill them and eat them.
That makes
So
me
what if
feel.
the aliens are literally, they created us, and they want us to get plump and obese and like we're all good for eating, and then they just come down and like they're like, oh, we want world peace, and they eat us all.
So, second theory. What about the pyramids? A lot of people think that there's no way that the pyramids were
Ancient
built.
aliens, bitch.
Well, here's the thing. Hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out, dog.
I'm hearing you.
So, either way, with the pyramids and stuff, no one knows how they were built and stuff like that, and no one knows what they're exactly for. Some people believe that like there's sound waves and stuff like that, and sound was used
Ooh.
to lift objects, and that actually secretly there's a way to unlock secrets of the pyramids by playing certain sounds at certain levels that are almost unrecognizable to the human ear to unlock the secrets of the pyramids, almost like they could
I've
be
never
some
heard
way of
this.
almost like they could be some way of contacting other life or a way to communicate between other forms. Because like they say, they feel like there was a lot of alien activity and stuff like that that inspired a lot of ancient Egypt, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So like what about this? So what about this theory? So back in the day, maybe aliens were really, really involved with the human race, and they were a little bit more involved than we are even now to this day. Because let's say an alien even lands, it's not like we're greeting them or someone like us is going to be like, "Oh my God, this is an alien." It's like super top secret. Some dude with a rifle's coming out and pointing a rifle at your fucking head when you're coming to
Oh.
say hi and like introduce yourself as like, "Oh hey, I'm the Kevin, the friendly alien." Like, no, dude, you're getting taken to an army base and getting dissected.
Oh my god.
Like, how you gonna befriend nobody on this earth,
Okay,
even if
honey.
you are chill?
I think that next episode we're gonna be wearing foil hats and we will be in our basement. Anyways, I
think
think
that'd be
this is
fun.
a good place to wrap up the podcast. Did you like being on my show, honey?
It was pretty good. I thought that we were gonna get into more topics.
Oh, like what? What did you want to talk about something before we finish?
Do you have any other topics we didn't touch?
No, that was pretty much it for me.
Dang.
Why? What do you want to talk about? We need to talk about something that you want to talk about.
Well, back to this whole alien technology and alien thing. We didn't
Hmm.
really go much farther than like the surface on like so it's really just a whistleblower that's exposing all of this. So what's the credibility of this person? Like I know they're high ranking and stuff, but what do they gain from it and what do they have to lose?
Okay, so anyways, they have to lose their whole career
And their life
and their
possibly
life possibly. So
if
that's
some of
what's
these
at
secrets are
stake.
real.
But anyways, so they're just saying that the government is dealing with a bunch of this alien technology and stuff, and that the people have a right to know. So that's like his basis for coming out and blowing the whistle.
That makes
And
sense.
yeah, so he's just saying that we're dealing with like he has actual alien bodies and we're reversing their technology. And he's also saying that we should become transparent with what we have to see if any other world leaders have things too.
So he's thinking that maybe we could reach some kind of common agreement or common
Yes.
peace between like each other to try and figure out these puzzle pieces
Which
somehow.
it's also like it's not just that too. Like our government, this is the first time that I've seen our government work bipartisan, like since like way before the Trump presidency.
Right. Which is strange,
Yeah, and they're like agreeing, like Republican,
which
Democrat, Independent,
makes you
Liberal.
feel like they know something that we
Yeah,
don't.
isn't that weird?
Okay, so what are they
Like they,
doing like while they're agreeing? Like what are they agreeing on? What are they
well,
deciding?
they're just wanting to get to the right channels to figure this shit out. Like they're
So are
basically asking
they
him because he knows, like he's a leader and like I
so
don't know
he
in
knows
the
some of the
military.
wait, back this up. So the people in Congress and stuff like that, they don't know about this
No,
technology and they
not
don't
at
know
all.
about this program.
Yes.
He's blowing the whistle to them
He's trying to
and
make
now
it
they
public.
want more information and they want to check his story
Yes, and he
basically.
wants to know they want to know how much of a threat it is to our like
Daily life
yes.
and
Yeah,
our
pretty much.
existence.
Yeah, in our existence. So basically Congress, he was
Whoa.
telling them and he was telling Congress, he said in private he would be willing to tell them all hid the information that he knows so they can go and seek out answers.
So what happens like let's just hypothetically talk about this a
Mhm.
second. So what happens say he blows the lid on this, right?
Mhm.
He blows the lid. Congress is like, "Okay, we're going to get in contact with these people. We believe you." And he's still alive and they just start getting in contact with these people and they start lifting the lid and the veil. Do you think
Mhm.
that they're going to be 100% transparent or do you think they're going to lie a little bit? Like for example, instead of giving us all the answers and all the things we want to hear, or not all the things we want to hear, let's say our death is imminent. These people are here to do one thing, it's to take us over. So we got to
Mhm.
figure out how to reverse engineer this fast enough so that way they can't do that.
Mhm.
Do you think that they're going to come right out and say it even though they don't want to? Or do you think that they're going to lie and they're going to be like, actually, these guys aren't a threat. They're just coming here to be like possibly our friends or
Yeah.
observe us and stuff like that
Or
when really
depending
they
on what they
know.
know. Like the
Or
aliens could be dumb.
third reason or third thing,
Mhm.
there's a lot of elite in this country and there always has been a few like big families and big money people and stuff like that,
Kardashians.
right? Well, they could be in on it or not. But let's say this. Let's say there are aliens, and let's say these aliens are smart enough to actually communicate, and we don't murder them right off the rap, or they don't die in a like horrific alien space accident or some crap.
Mhm.
Let's say they do come down here, and they're like, "Look, this is what we're gonna do to all of you," and then somehow the elite pull away to kind of make a deal to where like, hey, we're gonna give you these people, and you can enslave these people, or you can have these people, but because we're like higher class than them, we're like
Mhm.
prime humans, and they're like just basic humans. You can have them since they're a subspecies of us.
Damn, I don't know.
What if there was that kind of deal? Like secretly, we're gonna walk you into the fire, but we're gonna
Yeah.
say they're
Or
peaceful
they're
friends.
fucking this is gonna sound like
This could go on
completely
for a while.
I'm just saying this could sound completely fucking bonkers. But what the fuck? Like don't they say lizard people or whatever? Like what the fuck if there are aliens, like the elite? Like what if they're already like lizard people or some weird
So
shit?
that could be a possibility. I mean, that honestly could be.
It reminds me of American Horror Story.
But I mean, let's say these people are lizard people.
Hmm.
We're living right now and they're not really bothering us. So like what's their goal? That's the real scary answer is
Yeah.
what is their end goal?
Or you mean question?
Is their end goal to just coexist in peace? Because if that were so, wouldn't they do it openly at a certain point when they have
Hmm.
a high enough amount of numbers or they feel safe and comfortable to? And B, if they're smart enough to cloak themselves and live in our society, don't you think that someone would have made a deal with them? Because wouldn't they be hunted down by the U.S. government every day, and you would see U.S. government officials trying to hunt them down and catch them secretly?
Mm-hmm.
Like you would see someone getting chased by like a secret task force and filmed at this point with all the media that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
So like, say they do exist and they walk among us, wouldn't it be kind of convenient if they already had a deal with some people that were already high up in the world as leaders?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not really necessarily being hunted down by secret task force to where people are recording it. People are recording these people all the time where they're claiming that they're lizard people or they're not real or they're an alien of some sort. So how in the world are they just casually going about the world without some form of organization hunting them down if they're actually trying to hunt them down and reverse engineer all this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say it was a race right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I'm in America and you're in Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and an alien spaceship lands. I'm going to do everything in my power to get that first because it could have technology that could make my US government way more strong than your
Yeah.
Russian government.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't those task force from different like government agencies all around the world be hunting those aliens down to try and gain their secrets and knowledge to get an edge on their opponents?
Mm-hmm.
If they were, but that just means this. Let's say these aliens are real and they walk among us people. Since you don't see task force hunting them down every single day.
Men in Black.
Yeah, stuff like that from different agencies around the world because they would be competitive trying to gain
creeps me
edges on
out.
each other. Let's say you were a small island country and you somehow gained a lot of like alien technology that was valuable in some way or form. You could leverage that. You could be up here now. So if that was a possibility and these people walked amongst us, wouldn't you think you would see them hunting them down, especially with all the media out there nowadays? So think about the possibility of maybe some of these people already have deals with some of these foreign, beings from whatever place because that's how they're able to coexist in our society without being hunted down. Wouldn't they have to have some form of deal to be able to do that? Which makes you think like someone has to be involved somewhere.
Do you believe in ghosts? I don't believe in ghosts. I'm just being for real.
So spirits, yes. Do I believe in people just haunting? Like, let's say like demons and stuff like that. Do I believe that there's a possibility of that stuff?
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not ignorant. Like, I believe like some people have experiences. I just don't know if it's actual like alien experience.
So like yeah, like the alien stuff, I don't know. I don't really buy all of it. To be honest, do I believe
Mhm.
that there's someone else out there in this universe besides me? Yeah. I definitely think so. I mean, if evolution's real and we weren't created by God or something like that, we came from fucking fish or like monkeys or something. You know what I mean? So like what's the possibility?
Sorry.
What's the possibility that like someone somewhere else with a similar environment could have been created? Pretty
Mhm.
high if evolution's real and all that stuff in the Big Bang. Especially if we were created and it was like millions of years ago. What if someone evolved on a different planet way faster than us and could travel here? I would do that shit. If I could drive over to Mars and go get some fucking Dairy Queen or something, I don't know. Like, what if you ain't got cheese curds on your alien planet and you like cheese curds?
I love cheese curds.
I don't know. I'm kind of spiraling.
Sexy.
But back to ghosts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do I believe that all that stuff's real? No. Do I believe that the Annabelle doll that they keep in a case and you can't be mean to it and stuff like
Ooh,
that because
yeah.
it like actually stuff happens?
There's like 3
yes.
dolls like that.
Yeah,
Listen,
I don't fuck
Listen,
with that shit.
there's 3
Okay,
dolls.
like if you do, you are way tougher than I am because I'm not doing that. We'll get to it. All right, go ahead.
All right, so there were 3 dolls. So there's the Annabelle doll, which is a Raggedy Ann doll.
Okay.
Then there's this Robert doll that's like a little sailor boy.
Oh, I heard about him.
Ooh, that
You got to
creeps
be
me
nice
out.
to
I'm
him and ask
scared.
him to take his picture and stuff.
Yeah, you can't just like be rude to him or you like die or something.
What if you told him like, "Fuck you"?
I don't even want you getting those vibes up in here. Oh my god.
I've been possessed.
And then there's another doll that I saw. I don't know how true it is, but this magician, first off, that's first red flag.
Okay, weird magician dude.
It's a ventriloquist doll head.
Oh.
It's just the head, and the backstory is the creepiest part.
Okay.
So in World War II, there was the Jew camps,
yeah,
the
there was like
work
it was the
camps,
Holocaust.
death camps, Holocaust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was a Jewish man that made a ventriloquist head.
Okay, Pinocchio's
he-
father.
Is that the story?
No, let's just say that it was Pinocchio's father.
No.
But it'd be more fun to imagine it that way.
It would be fun. But
Let's
anyways,
do like one of the Grimm fairy tale stories. So Pinocchio's dad was actually a Holocaust survivor
no.
that was making what?
Anyways, so the Holocaust survivor, Pinocchio's dad, made this ventriloquist doll head to lighten the morale in the work camps. Right?
Okay, so Pinocchio was born.
Oh dear God, honey, I don't feel good like comparing.
This is a Grimm
Pinocchio
fairy
to-
tale. The Grimm brothers wrote very scary fairy tales. They weren't sugar coated.
Oh my God, I don't want to think
Let's
about
get
Pinocchio in
weird.
this. Oh my.
All right, let's get back to normal. Sorry, guys.
Okay, it just weirds me out. Like I like Disney.
All right.
Anyways, okay, so well, Disney's dark too. They have
Yeah,
their
it is.
dark past. Anyways,
Woo.
so this guy in this like slave camp, he like made this like doll head,
Mm-hmm.
and he would put on shows, and even the German soldiers would come watch them. Like they liked like the ventriloquist stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they would like watch him. And anyway, so that was like the funny thing that he did. Well, it was towards the end of the war, and the Americans were like coming or whatever. So
Yeah.
they made him dig a trench, and they shot him in the trench.
Okay.
Well, some other people survived, and they liked the ventriloquist doll head. So they took it, and they knew how much it meant to that guy. And
Yeah.
they went and gave it to his family.
Okay, so where does
Well,
it? How does it get weird
long
from
story
here?
short, it ended up in some antique mall, and this magician had bought it in the story with it.
Oh
Well,
God!
there's a video online. You can go look it
Why
up.
do
I'm not
people
sure
do
what it's-
this?
I would look up haunted ventriloquist doll head, but there's a video of it in like a display case,
Mhm.
and it like its face was like moving. I'll show you after this.
So
But his eyes were opening and shutting, and his mouth was moving, and the case was opening and closing.
first red flag is A. It was some dead guy's random head for a fucking puppet. Okay, because puppets are weird. First off, dudes that do ventriloquism,
Yeah,
don't trust those people.
I
Okay,
know it is
Jeff
weird.
Dunham, he could be a weirdo. You don't know that.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
It's that fucking the puppet, the pepper.
I never met someone that's normal, and I'm not normal myself. I'm a pretty weird dude, I guess.
But
I mean, I
someone
don't
that's
know.
a ventriloquist.
But I've never met,
person.
someone like that. Just like how you were like, I don't trust disc golf players. I don't know about that one. Disc golf
I
people
don't
are
trust
okay, I
them.
guess. I don't know.
Trust disc golf players.
But like ventriloquists, people like that, almost give me pedophile vibes. Like
Really?
little fucking Peter Piper, like trying to pull in the rats, but instead of pulling in rats, they're pulling in kids so they can diddle them.
Ooh,
Kind of like a clown weirdo
ooh,
thing.
That's creepy.
That's what
honey.
it gives me
I'm
vibes
never
of.
looking at fucking Jeff Dunham the
Now,
same. And
stand-up
his pepper.
comedians that are
That
trying
pepper,
to be funny.
What's its name?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about that stuff.
Neither do I. But
But
Jeff Dunham, I know he has a pepper.
Are the Muppets weird? No, they're pretty funny. I mean, don't get me wrong. Could that be some weirdo stuff? Yeah, I mean maybe. But like, let's say you're a ventriloquist,
Ernie's my favorite.
let's say you're a ventriloquist and you go to like a kid's birthday party and you're entertaining children. If that's my kid, I'm not taking my eyes off you, you weirdo.
Yeah, that is weird.
You're playing with
I
puppets with your
wouldn't even-
hands, and you're already like doing weird stuff with your hands. I don't need you anywhere close to my kid like that. I'm sorry. If they want
Wow,
to play
way
with
to-
puppets, they can play with their own.
I don't know. I mean, I would probably go see Jeff Dunham though. I like him. I think
I
he's
don't
funny.
know. I'd rather
don't
see
think
like a
he's a
different
weirdo.
stand-up comedian.
Really? I don't think he's a weirdo.
No, I mean maybe not, but like I just don't trust people like that. Like, would I trust them? No.
Yeah.
But like, okay, sorry, I was getting off topic. But first off, the dude literally has a puppet head. It's not even just like a full puppet; it's a head.
Mhm.
Okay, which is first off, that's weird. And second
But
off,
he made it to boost morale in the camp.
it was created by someone during the Holocaust, in the
which
Holocaust,
is even more
which has
scary.
a horrible, horrible
Sinister, dark.
backstory and history, and there was a lot of horrible feelings that were put into that puppet,
Mhm.
especially probably at his time of death. Like he could have manifested the evil parts of his spirit into that puppet. We don't know if that's real or not.
That's scary. I know that's some scary
And so then
shit.
what do? They give it to the family. Well, the family's probably like, dude, old fucking Uncle Albert's weirdo head is creeping me out, and I got to get rid of it because it's been talking to me at night. It like fucking flaps the fucking bedroom door open, and it's like sitting there smoking a cigar. Like, what are you doing, sleeping in bed, bitch? I told you to go roll me another cigar. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it said, come fucking put your hand in my puppet hole. Like, some weirdo stuff. I'm sure it wasn't out there making espressos, making you fucking breakfast and stuff.
Oh
Like,
my God.
sitting at the stove with a little apron on or something. Like, no, dude. It's probably being a weirdo
said,
going like,
"I'm slapping it."
like, dude, I would be creeped
Remember-
out too. I'd probably try and break it with a mallet.
Remember Goosebumps? You remember the one ventriloquist?
Yes, yes.
Slappy?
Oh my god, dude, creep show.
Slapperson?
But either way, so then the family gets it, and then they're probably like, dude, I want to be rid of this burden. It's haunting the fuck out of me. And it's supposed to be my uncle's like toy, and it like bit my leg and left welts on me. So then they get rid of it in an antique mall, and then of course, let's not assume anything here, but let's just say that this magician is probably someone of an ethnicity that usually is known for messing with stuff that they're not supposed to mess with, aka white people like us.
Oh.
Always do stuff like, for example, something's haunted. Oh, I'm gonna go in here and mess with this. Like, no, dude, no, it's haunted. It's haunted for a reason, okay? The scary ass hospital that they closed down because people keep randomly committing suicide after going in there. Yeah, maybe we don't go in there. But no, some dude that's random, white dude that thinks like that stuff's not real, or they're a big tough guy, they're gonna go in there. So of course there's some weirdo magician. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that he's probably some dude that probably thinks like, oh, this is really cool, and I'm gonna do something really cool with it, and it's not scary, and that stuff's not real. And then sure enough, he's over here haunting the fuck out of people, probably half taken over by the shit.
Interesting.
And then where does it go? In a museum, because it probably bit his freaking blood vessel right here.
Oh my god.
His jugular vein when he was
you're,
sleeping.
Like coming up with all this on your head.
I'm just saying, if that
Do you
thing's in a
loves
case,
it?
if it's in a case like Annabelle or like Robert,
It is.
then let's just say that it's probably murdered
love
a few
you, Robert.
people. Because those dolls aren't locked up for just any reason. Like, people have died
Mhm.
around those dolls. So I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say that if it's locked up like those dolls that have killed people, it's probably killed people. Probably that weirdo magician dude that thought it was cool to pick it up in the first
Oh
place.
my god.
Probably bit
I'm
his
gonna
little
show you
nose
the
off.
video after this.
Oh,
Do you
dude.
loves it?
Do I love Zit?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say it like that?
Just do you? Do you loves it?
No.
Lame. All
Why
right.
would I
Anyways,
love it?
I think this is the end of the podcast.
Probably a
And
good stopping point.
did you like being on the podcast? Did you loves it?